Hi there, this is Chris with Peace of Mind Art and Crafts, and today we're going to make some log cabin squares that you can use for pockets or tags or anything you want in your journal. What inspired me was, these are the ones we're going to make. What inspired me was, quite a while ago I made these types of pins. And they were made out of fabric, and then I decorated them up, and I put a pin back on the back, and we used them as pins. And they were made out of little strips of fabric into a log cabin, which is the log cabin pattern for quilting. And I'm a quilter, so I learned how to make these back then. It was probably about 15 years ago. But I had a couple left, so I thought I'd show those. That was kind of my inspiration. And also, from my friend Debbie. Debbie sent me this great big giant box of different journaling and art and quilting and everything like that. Different products that she was cleaning out her craft room. And my goodness, she was so generous. This is one of the things that she sent me. And this is the log cabin pattern, actually with the star pattern in the center. These contain a bunch of buttons. Thanks, Debbie. I mean, it's wonderful, all the stuff you sent me. Okay, so let's create some log cabin pockets. These are the ones that are finished. Okay, and I'll show you those again in a bit. This is one that I made that I put a finished one in the center, and then I added some more to the outside to make it a little bit bigger. So we'll decorate that in a bit also. What you want to do is you want to start out with a basically any size rectangle, but I used a 3.5 by 2.5 rectangle. And I cut that out of a piece of cardstock. I used both black and the colored cardstock. And what we did, let me use the black so I can show you on this. After you get this cut out, and that's, I won't show you that, and it's fairly simple, 3.5 by 2.5 rectangle. Then I also cut out for the center. And I used scrapbook papers and just all kinds of different papers for these. Here's my strips, and here's my centers. Cut out a varying amount of the different pieces for the center. And the center measures 1 1/4 by 2 1/4, and that's for the middle section. Okay. Let's see if I can use that. No. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use that. For the center, you want pretty much a plain or a very muted print. I think I'm going to use this print here. And you're going to simply glue that to the center and just try to center it as much as possible. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect, believe me. Okay, and you do want this center part to be the exact size. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. Because the strips that go around are don't have to be exactly the same size. Okay, so that's the center of the log cabin. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to cut strips that are at least 3 3/4 inch long, but are at least 3/4 of an inch wide. Okay, and these are some of these strips I've used already. That's why they're smaller, and that's okay. I save those in case I can use them. And just go through my strips and pick out ones that I think will go. The very first one that I start, it doesn't matter where you start. You can start on the side. Here's a strip that's made out of roses. Let's go ahead and use this so I can show you what I mean. I'm going to use this on the top section. Now the first one you put on will go all the way to the edge. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to take your strip, and it can extend over each side, but you want it to come down to the center part. And just kind of butt right up against that center part there. Okay. Then you're going to turn it over and you're going to cut off the excess. Okay, that's probably too small to use. Now this piece that I'm cutting off of here, I'll be able to use that again because it's at least 3/4 inch wide. Okay, so I got my one strip, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn. I'm going to pick out another strip. You can pick these strips out ahead of time or just do it as you go. I like to kind of just wing it, just do it as I go. Okay, and this one's just going to butt up against the one I just did, and also this one. I'm using paper here. If you want to use fabric, you could use fabric. It might be a little bit trickier with the frayed edges and all, but you could do it. I think I'm going to take this off of here just because I don't want to glue it down to that paper. Whoops. Okay, see how it slid over? I'm going to slide it back. Actually, I'm going to take it off and then reposition it because I want to get it just right on those inside edges, but it doesn't matter on the outside edges because I'm going to trim this off. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to turn it once again, and I'm going to do this section. Okay, you'll only have one section that'll be the whole length or the whole width of the square. How do I like this? I don't know. It's not bad, really. Okay, let's use that. It's got a little purple in it. Okay, then I'm gonna go over to the corner, put it up against there. And I'm gonna cut it off. Or save this, I can use that again. Okay, now I've got one more to do over here. Let's see, do I like that? No. So just keep trying until you find one that you like. Now this one will have to fit in, so you'll have to measure it. First of all, decide if I like that. I don't think I do. Now some of these papers are double-sided, so I can decide what side I like. Oh, I think I like that side, okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to butt it against this edge. Okay, then I need to take a pencil. This is really basically the only side you need to measure on is this last one. I'm going to cut it off. Put your glue down. Slide that right in there. It should fit right in there. And it does. Okay. And turn it over. Okay. And then you've got your log cabin rectangle. Needed a drink there. Okay. Okay, so we make one, let's make one more. And then we'll decorate. I'll make one more real quick and then we'll decorate. Okay, get your center. Okay. Like I said, doesn't matter which side you start on with your strip. After you get your center in, okay, I kind of like this one, so I'm going to go with this one. One hint on this is to try to get some prints on your paper. Like I said, try to put kind of a solid one in the middle, but you can put some prints on your paper that are small prints. Because if you get too big, you'll kind of cut off the print. Like on this rose, but that's fine. You still get the look of the rose in there. Okay, then let's cut this off. Now you can, if you're going to use these as tags or journaling cards, you can back them with some solid color that you'll be able to write on. But I'm going to use them mostly for pockets, so I'm not going to do that right yet because I want to use them as pockets. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Hiding under here. Okay, I'm kind of like this shell fabric. Okay, so even paper. Even though this is a bigger piece of paper, I can still use it. I know it's at least 3/4 inch wide. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down here. And put it on. And when you make a log cabin square, when you're sewing it, it's a lot harder because, of course, you have to do seams. But you still use the same method where you don't have to have the strips cut exactly that size, because you can always clip them off when you finish sewing it together. Okay, so we got that. This one's kind of pretty. Okay. Now I notice that this is not exactly cut super straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap that just a little bit when I glue it down. I'm going to make sure it's okay up here. Then I'm going to overlap it a little bit at the top. Oh, it doesn't have to be perfect, of course. Go. Okay, I've got one more area there. Now, if I wanted to, I could use that brown area as my color. If I thought it looked good, I don't think it looks that great, so I'm going to use this one. Once again, with that last one, you'll need to measure it. And make sure it fits before you glue it down. There you go. can decorate some of these. And these can be decorated in the same way that any, snippet or card or tag or anything else is decorated. You probably won't want to cover it up too much because you don't want to cover up the log cabin effect of it. You notice on this one how I pinned a little pin on it. The bow pin, and then I have a little bird hanging down. Okay, and this one I use some lace, butterfly, little sentiment. This says inspire. Okay, let's decorate a couple of them. I want to decorate this one. A little bit of lace. Okay. I put a little bit over here too. There we go. Okay, maybe a butterfly. What do we want to say on this one? Get something out here. Wonder? I think wonder. Have the rounded corners. Okay. This little butterfly down. Okay. I like that. It needs something else though. What else does it need? A button. Yeah, I like those. Okay. Use my 3-in-1 glue on these bigger areas. And like I said, you can do anything you want on these. As far as decorating them, or you could even just leave them as they are and then wait until you make your journal, and then based on what's in your journal or what your theme is for the journal, then you can add things to them. I like to have these pieces of ephemera ready, and then that way I can just have them ready to go, and when I'm making a journal, and grab a bunch of them and put them into whatever journal I'm making. Okay, looks good. How about if we put a little cute little bow? I found these little tiny bows, little metal bow, and it was mixed in with the buttons that you gave me, Debbie. So that was kind of a fun find. Okay, so let's put this in here. A little pin on there. Oops. Looks like we need a little bit more glue on there. Okay, that turned out really nice. Okay. Sometimes you don't have to do too much to decorate them. Maybe just a flower. How about peacefulness? I like anything that has the word peace in it. I named my company Peace of Mind years ago. And then that's what we all strive for, isn't it? Peace of mind. Peacefulness. And most of the time you're the only one that can make it so. I think I'll put this right along that bottom log cabin. Okay, there we go. There's some log cabin pockets. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you all peace of mind. Bye now.